That's it. That was hot now. Ain't that right? We let Jerry run it on down to the young buck. After that, we had to let them know what time it was. The day of my time. Ain't that right? We're alive. Got opportunity to be here. Hit at the bar. Didn't have to do it, but it done it again. And here we are. And woo. I was talking about it started heating up, man, when you feel it. Ain't that right? That's how it ought to be. Man, we coming out purine, but we ain't through celebrating. That's what Yehudi do. Yehudi gang. Ain't that right? Yehudi to death. And they take our DNA all the way to the bone. That thing say Yehudi. Ain't that right? Yes, sir. We Yehudi, we sticking to the statement. Yes, right. The Christian clowns out here, they know they faking. Ain't that right? It's our time. Two to be alive. I feel all right. That's all right now. That's what y'all supposed to do. Loosen it up. Shake it off. He been told. Ain't been good? That's right, he been told, man. Spared our Kai. Somebody gone on, but we him. Isn't that right? Got another president, ain't nothing changing. So-called Negroes still in death corner. They ain't gonna get better for us unless we make it better for ourselves. I tell the same thing every week. Don't count on Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Independent Party, Green Party, Tea Party, all of them the same devil. So while we here, we have to make adjustment for ourselves. Isn't that right? Every time I look around, look like we get opportunity to try to show and express what's going on with us. Somebody will jump on the bandwagon. They'll throw illegals on them, homosexuals on them. Anything they can find, they'll put them on the sick, the crippled, the halt, the lame. They put all of them on us. Everybody holler they black when they want to get something. And we can't get nothing from them. That's why I'm for us to say, got to stake our own claim. Isn't that right? Do like white folk did. They came here and stuck the stick in the ground. It was somebody else's land. Said, my land. That's what we got to do. We got to stake our own claim. We stick in the ground. We stick a stick in the ground because it's ours. That was a sign of reaping. Did y'all know that? That's right. When he told them to thrust in their sickle, they were thinking he told them time to reap. That's right, time to reap. Ain't that right? We done sold much and get brought in little. It's time to reap now. America crippled. Y'all heard the Proud Boy told them that they're going to take it over. Y'all heard them tell them they're going to take it over. They say they're going to take the government over. They say they're going to put their own people in there. That's what we got to do. You can talk about it and keep complaining about it until you do something about it. It's still the same situation. Can't afford to join no more Negro spiritual leaders come and tell no more lies on how to try to get better while they get richer and they get fatter and we get leaner and we get more behind. I mean, we got to pick our own people and put them in position. That's why you're going to make a change. There's enough people think like us. You just don't know it, though. We was up here on Thursday, a few of us, and there was some guy was coming from around the building. It worked out for them for their tube at that point. Because that light had been bad, didn't it? When I said, that guy coming from around, I tried to figure out what y'all come around that building for. But I was reaching the gap a little help. Ain't that right? My help, because, you know, it come from up there, too. He gave me some quick assistance, just, you know what I'm saying, if it's in the whole up. He come around that, just happened. They would say, we were knocking on doors trying to get in. I said, trying to get in, for what? He said, coming to see you. I said, Said, listen, man, we dead serious. Said, we've been listening to you talk. Say, you 100% about doing this thing, going all the way about establishing our own. Man, so I'm with you. They said, when they was out there, we was out, several of us out there just listening. They said, I'm 100% with you. He said, if you just talking, he said, I'll give you an offer to keep moving. He said, I ain't got time. He said, you going all the way. He said, I'm willing to go all the way. Told him his portfolio, he said, I served and fought for these people overseas. And so I did all that for them. So surely I could stand and fight with the people all the time. I said, these people starting to realize, he's an older gentleman too. He told me, he said, let me tell you something. He said, they ain't got nothing they can hurt me with, nothing. He said, I served 20 years with law enforcement. He said, I used to make decisions for him. He said, the judge asked me what I'm gonna do with this person. They gonna go and send him down the road or give him a chance. He said, I said, give him another chance. He said, he put a little mark on their paper. He said, these people don't have no idea when they come to the courtroom, their fate already been settled. I said, I already knew. I've been knowing. Ain't nothing new. He said, I'm paid. He said, Mama done spent $15,000 for an attorney, and your son finna go down the road. He said, the judge asked me, he said, give me the folder. I said, what the net care we got? So I look at it, so I tell him, this is what you do. He said, this one. I said, they need to get off the street. I said, they don't need to be on the street. He said, I saw for nothing. He said, folks done spent all that money thinking they going home. Said, the judge done already marked the top of their folder, they going down the road. I've been told y'all, you want to know your fate with a judge? Watch them when they look out. When you talk and they look out, they start right. They already made the decision. They just want to see you. Everything they're doing, when you watch they come out, they pick, I already looked through them. They already looked through them. You coming through praying and hoping. They already made a decision before you got there. You know they try to tell you, justice is blind. How justice looked over that paperwork before she came out there? If justice blind, she should know what's going on. I supposed to hear the case when you present it then. That's the only one to be biased. If I look the case over, somebody told, why what he say got anything to do with it? If I'm blind, if I'm supposed to be biased, unbiased, how does what he say got anything to do with it? I'm supposed to hear this case and do it the first time I'm hearing it. And I'm supposed to sit down and making a judgment call based on what's been presented before me. And I'm supposed to be fair. I've been told a so-called Negro to get out of it. He told me, he said the one thing they had on him, he said they could have had on him to keep him. He said, well, his wife. He said the only thing they could have had could have hurt him. He said she died December the 10th. He said I can go all the way. He said they ain't got nothing they can hurt me with. He said I go. They were down there. Justin was out there then. He told her. He said listen. He said they ain't got nothing they can hurt me with. Absolutely nothing. He said my wife died December the 10th. I'm going all the way. And let me know some more people. He the only one that came up to give me some money. He said I've been calling you, man, trying to get with you to give you some money. I get calls all the time from folks. Sometimes I look at my calls. I look at them. I had to be on a certain mind span when I call people back. People wonder why I do the stuff the way I do it, because I'm kind of different. I'm kind of funny about how I do stuff. See, I value y'all so much. It's just funny. You know, you hard about what you bring. It's like with your child. Some of y'all wouldn't know about that, but when something is precious to you, you don't tend to let everybody hold it and play with it. My dad used to buy a little stuff he put on that table. He said, don't move it and don't touch it. He didn't want you to play with it. Don't touch it. That's what I mean. He said, where I put it, he said, it best be there. They don't hear the word, it best be there. Anybody know about that word when they say that? When he said that, you know what I seen? My head split down the middle. I knew what it best be there meant. I'll bust your head on, nigga. So I look at, when you got people, Elohim, and they precious, y'all precious to him. He won't want to see nothing happen to you. So I'm real fun about who I integrate in with you. Oh, we can pack it out now. If people want to come, if people want to be here now. Don't think it ain't. I just ain't for everybody. I'm real fun and particular. I like a certain kind of security. I like a certain kind of way. I like a certain kind of, it's a certain kind of, I know every member in here what they can take. Who in here don't think I know them, what they can take? Who in here don't think I know them? I know every member, I know when you came. I know everyone, I know what you could take. I know what you're going through. Folks that think they don't. Some folks, I want to tell you, I said, go on somewhere, sit down, you be all right. They be like, preacher, I know what you want to talk about, just keep moving. You want to pity party, just send you on about your way. They say, I try to talk to preacher, you'll be all right, because I know what you need. You're all right. Sometimes folks say, I want to talk to you, I just want you to know me. I already know you, that's why you're here. Y'all think I got people here I don't know them? I got to know every one of y'all. Every one of y'all know y'all. When you came up, you had the Malcolm X glasses. I thought that just going to start selling. How many of y'all had the Malcolm X glasses? I waiting on Bean Pie to come out. He never did sell them, though. Had the biggest hand you ever seen when he clapped you to slap the hell out of two people next to him. I said, well, they needed it anyway, didn't they? Well, now I know remember, I know what folk can take. People think, I need to get over there so he'll know me. I know you. I know what you can take. I know some people just better left alone, kind of leave their space. Some people not big of a communicator. Some people more communicated. Some people need more attention. Some people need little attention. Some people just, I can just roll with how things go. But that's what makes us up, all that different diversity. And see, a lot of times people won't understand y'all. People don't know which one y'all need to be committed. If y'all were anywhere, y'all have on straight jacket. Y'all have over 50% of y'all need a straight jacket. And it is, but I help you. I keep you back, keep you normal. You be normal. And I normal. I said, go on play, don't worry about it. That way I think we got that side of that fenced in. You think I'm these folks escape doing serving. They don't know why it's fenced in on the side over there. Let them go over there somewhere and let them play. I know where y'all at. That's what make us up though. But see, you know what? Other people come in, they won't understand us though. Everybody want to understand just how different we are and your struggles of what you come through and what you gave up, what you came from. People just see us laugh sometime and do things. People don't know. A lot of times laughter is relief, and sometimes laughter is a cover for hurts. Whenever you see people laugh, it's one or the other. They either relieve or they're covering for hurt. It is. Sometimes you have to laugh, like they say, to keep from crying. It is. Sometimes people say, he just say anything. I won't say anything, almost. but I say enough. But I tell you what I do. I try to make sure I'm real with people. I deal with enough people in life, and you know people are hypocritical. I mean, people are hypocritical. People do what they got to do to fit in. We all guilty of that to an extreme or to an extent. But then at some point, you have to start looking at when things cause you to come out of you being you. I'm talking about the better you. Then you have to avoid that. Sometimes you go places, you got to put on a frame, a pretense, or you got to, put on theatricals and all to be accepted. You want to be accepted for who you are. Isn't that right? That's just being honest. You don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to try to pretend to be nobody I ain't, because that's not who I am. When I first started preaching, that man used to throw at me so much, man, I used to get wild a lot too. That bad. You say, the man preached on you too. He would tell you, you could be too common with people. I said, why is this man preaching on me? Well, everybody, and then what bad, everybody knew he was talking. It was like, why is he doing this? He used to have a fit. I remember one time, one of the sisters, she was going to the bathroom. We had a big meeting. She was going to the bathroom. She had a baby in her arms. She said, Tony, hold my baby for me. I held her baby. Everybody just sitting there, a bunch of sisters just looking, because they were looking to hold her baby. She wouldn't give them her baby. She gave the baby to me. And she went in there. They went right back and told the bishop. I said, that man, I wouldn't let no man hold my baby. I'm saying, how did they get in the message? I'm married, me and her husband and her, we were all friends. She just didn't trust everybody with her baby. It was a small baby. She was going to embarrass. They were looking. Sister was like, she said, honey, Tony, she's a hold baby for me. I want to hold the baby. I was holding the baby. They were just sitting there just looking. I knew. I said, this is going to be bad. Done if they didn't go report. I don't know who sent the note, what happened. I'm like, these niggas can't even wait the service over. They were terrible people, man. They were terrible people. But here's some real preachers say, yeah. But you know what it made me, though? I didn't faint, though. I was just that type of person. People just like having me around. The members call, want me to come out, come down to see him. I come down, they be like, man, Minister Smith, Kansas, man, we had a good time. He's going to preach on me. Y'all laughing, man, listen. I used to get preached on a lot. It'd be stuff he'd throw, you know it. And he'll preach it, he'll throw it, he'll look at you. And then look off. You be like, seriously? One time, I sit up in the balcony. He was down there. No room for him to preach. That man preaching. He said, almost say this. I said, I don't believe this man. Actually, look, you went out your way to look for me just to say this? But I used to just laugh it out. And none of that stuff didn't kill me. I used to just laugh it out, just kind of keep going. Because you'll never know, a lot of times, things will make you. A lot of times what we do, we'll let stuff kill us early when you don't realize sometimes things will make you. You can't be thin-skinned this way. Thin-skinned will hurt you quick. You won't make it thin. I was thin-skinned. I wouldn't take a whole lot. I quit. I remember one time I played softball. I quit twice during the game. I quit. I was pissed, man. I did. I came on back. Game went over. I started back playing. He shouldn't have let me play. But he just tell I was so pissed. You know what I'm saying? He just dealt with me like that, and that hurt you in life. He should have told me once you quit, you were done. Yeah. That would have taught me. But he went on, gave in to me, and let me come back and play, and I quit again during the game and come back again. I was just pissed. And sometimes you got to learn how you can take stuff and don't let everything move you to so easily, kind of just quit and give up on some things. That's life. In life, you just learn everything don't go your way. You learn to make adjustments. At the end of the day, you always keep your mind or keep your goal on what's the most important thing. When you make a decision to do something, what's your eventual goal that you're trying to get to? What's the point you're eventually trying to get to? For me, I'm trying to get to perfection. So in order to do that, then there's some things I have to be tried on to see where I'm at. It is. That's why you can feel like you're all right until you get tested with something you realize that was a weak spot. I didn't know I was that sensitive about that. And that could be something that could draw me away. It is. You have to be tested on it. Sometimes people are, oh man, well, I can't be saved because I failed. No, you just make sure you don't fall again. Hello? Yeah, you need that. That's how you know where you at. What y'all think? Y'all have been down there before, get that little thing, hit your knee? I just want my knee to kick like that so bad. Mine didn't work. They say your reflex. I'm like, they're on TV, you supposed to kick. They just hit it. What other man says? I'm like, I thought it wasn't. How many of y'all in a cartoon they kicked the doctor out? First time man did me, I went and kick him. I sat there. He said, it's all right. I was like, he didn't move. Well, apparently he saw something I did. So it's certain things they're looking for to make sure things are operable. I didn't see it, but somebody trained would. So with how Mr. Yahuwah working, I don't use Mr. as a sign of respect. If anybody get respect, it ought to be him. People might wonder why I call him Mr. Yahuwah. Who should get it? They tell you, that's a dope. You say Mr. That's respect. Who should get it but him? If anybody, the person that get the least respect should get the most respect, which is him. So, in saying that, the goal is when the word comes at the bar, is to test us on where you're at. That's where you see where you're at. Hello? They do it in school. They put you through a series of tests. By the time the end of the year, you taking final exam. So you can see what you done gathered through the year or through the semester. And y'all remember they have final exam. This proves whether or not you really attained or you really comprehended what you were taught. And you can answer it, you can display it, you can, regurgitate it back. Well, that's what we're here to do. Now, how you gonna do it is not me asking you a serious question, putting something on paper, but it's actually gonna be what you're gonna demonstrate. You hear things of what you shouldn't do and what you should do. You hear things on places you should go and places you shouldn't go. You'll hear things on people you should be with and people that you should ostracize. I know I said ostrich. Ostriches are very big animals. Ostracized. We had somebody fell out with Kerry about that one time. Kerry talking about homosexual years ago, man, while I was coming along, man, those sisters back there, man, they were ostriches, man. That man said, do you know how big an ostrich is? The sissy was big as an ostrich. And then we explained Kerry said, he said, I know what ostracize is. What that nigga know about that word? He was so pissed. Nigga trying to figure out how Kerry knew that word. He said, I ain't expect him to know about no ostracized. I thought he was talking about an ostrich. Let's see, looks can be deceiving. So, having said all that, that's our goal. Let's get tested. People get tested to see if they got COVID or coronavirus. I learned that last night that they were two different things. I didn't know. No wonder why I asked you for a PCR test on a COVID-19 test. They're doing two different tests, but nobody didn't tell them. After a while, there'd be three of them. Who never know about these people? At the end of the day, with all that going on, you see the world don't stop. They had a little short fear of it. Then they're right back to doing what they've been doing. Nothing gonna stop these people, huh? Not to Mr. Yahuwah come back here. So our goal is when he come back here to be found just like he wanted us to be, blameless. Y'all got it? The only way to do that is go back through the book and see what he prescribed. We don't want no imagination, no interpretation. All we want is what he said. And what he said is what he said. That's what we want to do. It ain't that hard if that's what you want. I'll say this, to me, it's a lot of work because you have to cover so much information. You got to go through so many different books just to get it down and pinpoint down to what looks to be what he said. I say look to be because what we look for is a consistent pattern. That's all we can do. Once we learn who he is and what he stands for, then we start looking for similar like character, ideas. All these ideas he gives us. This is how I am. Won't you consider being like me? So, people say, that's a good idea. Well, look, how many of y'all know what an idea is? I don't know, maybe an opinionated thought. Well, how about we find out? Who raised their hand so they know what it is? Hold on for a minute. Des, you raise your hand too? Des, you known to have the wrong answer, but we're going to tell you. Now, listen, what do you think it is? An expression or a plan. Expression might be a feeling. I don't know about expression. For idea, I don't know. What you think it says? Who? Right, don't try like you taught her that either. Old freak. Riley, y'all don't know. That don't hurt Riley. Did that hurt you, Riley? I know that they did. Riley, tell her, Riley, I don't know what they think. Riley, the man ain't hurt me one time. He like, preach on, man, preach. Y'all crazy. All right. We're going to get ready to sound the Kato Sarah, which is what you'll call, as well called, they call the trumpet. Something about now, shofar. So shofar. There's another word, which is the ram's horn, but this is not the ram horn. This is the one metal, one unit. And that's what we're going to be when you come back in. Isn't that right? So everybody gonna speak as one man. That's how we do it. Taking many, making one. That's what they did here. When they took two and made this one. What do we find for our illustration for that? Adam. Tell them about Adam. That's right. Two gonna be one. That's what he took. He took the man and woman, made them one. So we take these two separate pieces and made them. Who is that? Somebody had an answer. Austin, what you had? That the same answer you said. He just tried. You finished before he did. So what he did, he shortened it down. So he spoke under Marshall Lee. You just went way all the way out. Austin was just concise. Still right. Now who do y'all know from Marshall Lee? Jared. Jared speaking of Marshall Lee. I walk it like I talking. That's name Marshall Lee. That's what y'all call him, Marshall Lee Jared. I was talking about Yahushua. I didn't know he in the book. I was looking for somebody in the book, really. How did the book say he was going to speak on Marshall Lee? See, that makes, and I say this, that makes a difference because sometimes people you'll look at when people will go back and they will quote something that was said in the Sefer, which is in the Torah, right, back in the scrolls. Then when you hear it quoted in what they call the New Testament, you'll notice it's shorter because he said he was going to speak in a marshalling, which is just to be concise. It's a speech. How many of y'all don't know what a marshalling is? A proverb. Y'all don't know. Y'all want to know what it is? All right, we're going to look at it. Joseph, you looked at them. Do you want to know? You raise your hand. Do you want to know Joseph? Joseph, are you starting something with me? Are you starting problems again? You ought to be on TV. All right, so we'll look. So we'll get the definition to Marshall Lee too. All right, let's get ready to sign the Kato Sarah. All those that are able, please stand. All right, that's it. All right, y'all know we're going to start at. Where we going to start at? That's right. That's right. Got to have a foundation. So when you see a man go out and he just started building, he ain't got no foundation. That man not building on a stone, right? A bond. A bond. A bond. A-B-A-N, a bond. See, that's important. See, in order to fulfill what the I don't know if you can call that when we deal with the New Testament. We'll just go still with Sefer, which is scrolls or books. So when you look at it, being fulfilling it or walking in it, when he said, "Be ye therefore," I mean perfect, even as your I've been shopping, even as perfect. Then what did he use to be perfect? Had to have a standard, right? It's got to have some. You can't just say you perfect or you right because you right. Old people used to say that, stay your dad. You better ask them, Mom, Dad, how you know you ain't lying? You know where you go right there. You die right there. These kids today can do that stuff, but you couldn't do that back then.
No way.
You better had a lot look in your eyes.
That's right.
But for him, he said, all you got to do is look at what I decreed and then check me and see if that's not what I do.
Right.
That's all it is. He said, look at what I decree, and I'm telling you that I'm right. Then look and see if the judgment, which is the mashpash that I call, see if it's right. Y'all hear? All right, let's see. This is what we're using, which we use several different versions. This is the Latin Vulgate. And we know the Latin Vulgate is the Roman Catholic Church authorized version. So this King James Version is not older than this. The King James Perversion is a book that's been taken, is formulated from other books. Some of it's taken from here. So we go back to try to find the oldest writings to see exactly what did he say. The only way to make sure that we're right. So what we use for a foundation, listen.
For whatever Nikatab before.
So he reading from the King James Version, but he's using Abari word ni katab. Ni is for was. Katab is written. So ni katab was written Neat Katar, correct? Again,
For our Lamed.
that's for our teaching, the Lamed. We talked about this from the Aleph Bet. The Lamed, which is one of our Aleph Bet, is a picture of a staff. The staff in our conversation for our Aleph Bet means to instruct, or you can guide, or you can correct with it, correct? So when we talk about the Lamed, we're looking at the communication. Appreciate that. Who that Basha did then? That's what I'm talking about, the Lamed. So it's important to understand the alphabet. You understand, that's showing the alphabets. This is the alphabets. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. This is not alphabet.
Right.
This is Latin. This is when you're dumb. This is when they make you dumb. These are not alphabets. If they were alphabets, they would be Greek.
That's right.
This is alpha. Alpha, beta, alphabet, alphabet. So this is not your alphabet. How many kids say alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon? I don't know what delta is. Who does that? So they intentionally teach us wrong. Because they told us that these were alphabets, which would make sense, because this would be an alpha and not an A.
That's right.
So in doing that, and the reason why you need to know that, because we come over here, this is the Aleph Bet. Our first character, not letter. We don't have letters. They have letters. When we use this, their lettering system, it's because we're doing what? Transliteration, where we write using their letters in order to enunciate in our language. The Aleph, which is the first Aleph Bet, correct? So we come down and look at the Lamed. Let's see the Lamed and what the Lamed is. This is the Lamed, similar to what I have in my hand. The original name was the Lam. Later they call it the Lamed. A-D at the end, Lamed, which is a shepherd's staff. What does the shepherd's staff do? Let's slide over a little bit. To teach. That's why he said, whatsoever was Neat Katab was written, was Neat Katab was for our Lamed. They put to teach us. For us, it goes back to the shepherd's staff. This was used to teach. What else I found out? Teach, yoke, authority, or bind. So that's what we're looking to do. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
So let's go back and look at what else he said to us. So whatever things soever, when Neat Katab was written, was Neat Katab for our Lamed. That through patience, which is endurance, and through nakum is the word we use for comfort or consolation, right? Consolation is something you get in place of something. We talked about sometimes when people might compete in something, they don't win, they'll get them what?
Consolation prize.
A consolation prize. And that's used to actually to comfort them. So now what we learned, that the writings that were written before was our consolation. Mm-hmm. That's our consolation prize of the what? Ketubim, of the writings. We might have your call, which means now we have an earnest expectation, right? So it's important to know that when we start reading. So why do we look for a foundation when we start? Let's see what he tells us in the book of Mattheyahu. Mattheyahu is actually the name, which is the gift of Yahuwah. That's what the name means, Mattheyahu. At chapter 7 and verse 19. You know, I've been thinking about, I might write me a Zamar. Who want to get on that with me? Listen, what I'm doing, Chanel, we heard you before. Hold on, just hold on. We're gonna have a lot of packages. Let me ask you, Taylor, are we gonna have room for her to ride on the bus too with all the bags and stuff, Chanel? That's what I thought, man. Hold on to this, hold on. That way, either we do it, instead of telling people no, it's just better we just tell them, we got a lot of luggage, and we probably gonna have room. If it wasn't for that, you could go. We got a lot of, you remember when she did her song? I'm going down, my name's Chanel. You remember that? Oh, no, you were Ariel. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Ariel, things are gonna get easier. You remember that, Justin? Someday. All right, this is Matthew chapter 7. I put 19. 20. No. Let's go to 23. Come on down. That's on 24. 7 and 24 of the book of Matthew. It's important to notate the names of the books because it more or less give you an opportunity to see whether or not it bear reference to the name, right? So actually think about the names that you hear actually demonstrate something for us, okay? Now the name of this book is Matthew, which means the gift of Yahuwah. This book tells us about the birth of Yahushua. So Matthew name actually bear record to what he was writing about. He wrote about the gift, right? Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right, 24, 7 and 24, listen.
Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise ish.
Now what do we learn about wise? It's the root word of what word?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. What do we learn about wisdom? Knowledge, experience, and good judgment, and wise. Mm-hmm. That's what we learn about wisdom. When it tells us to the only wise Elohim, it tells us he has wisdom. Wisdom has experience. Wisdom has judgment, good judgment, not just judgment. Right. Wisdom has knowledge, and wisdom is wise. Mm-hmm. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
So that's what he said he was going to do. For everyone, therefore, that heareth these, my dabareens, words, plural, dabarim, and doth them, which is now not just here. Who told us about this? Jacob. What did Jacob tell us since you said it? When he said, be not hearers of the words, but doers. So what's your answer?
Your cause a call.
Your cause a call. Tell them about it. Cut him down, Chris.
They hear you. They come to me and they hear
come
you.
unto thee as the people coming.
But they won't do it.
And they hear my words, but they will not do them. Wrong answer. We told him the sorcerer, but I know where he's going to. So that means you would be right. But tell him where. That's tight. All you had to do is say that, you're called one. You know that cheat? You
Yeah, he cheated.
Oh, whatever. He YouTubing. That's the YouTubing again. And I like these folks born in 1993 trying to say some stuff back in the 60s. Just stop it. No, you YouTubing. That's right. So he sorts this out. He talked about be ye not doers of the word, but hearers only. He talked about a man that be a hearer, not a doer. Who he deceived?
Self.
His own self. That's right. So now we start looking at when he told us to do this so we could see that Jacob, who they call James, will actually talk about him. So for everyone that, therefore, that heareth these my dabarim and doth them, which is he does, we looked at the word for us as what? Shama. The word shama means to hearken. To hearken is to stop and to pay attention. The only reason to do that is so you can hear, so you can do. So we look at shama. And doth them shall be likened. His resemblance is to a who?
Wise Ish.
Which means he would be like Elohim.
That's right.
Ish, for us, man, would be son, well, like Adam. Man was made in the image of who?
Elohim.
So he said, I will liken him. Look at the resemblance. Let's see what he said in the Barashit. They call Genesis. The name Barashit means in the beginning. So we go back to look at what did he do when he started, right?
Right.
Sir.
Barashith. Barashith. 1:26. Now we're going to the Septuagint. You can still stay with James Version. Barashith. It means in the beginning. So now we're looking at in the Septuagint, this is the Greek version of our book, and it's the oldest writing that you'll find next to our book of our writings, because they won't let us get it. 26, listen.
And Elohim said, let us make Adam in our image.
Did it say Adam in there?
I think we changed it to Adam.
I can't remember. I don't know if he'd have said that, but let's see. Let's go with Ish. According to our
image
and
after our likeness.
See that? And do what?
And let them have dominion
over
the fish of the yam,
so for the sea, and
over the fowl of the air.
Here they said the flying creatures of Shamayim. They put heavens. And
over the cattle,
and
over all the arats,
and
over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the arats.
On here it said the reptiles that creep on the arats. And
so Elohim bara Ish in his own image.
Bara is made or create. Did we use that for made too? Bara? We use bara for made and create. Sir? Fatten? Okay. Male, well, Ish and Isha, because she came out from the man, Isha. He made them. So what's important about we come and we look at this? Back me up a little bit at 26. Okay, 26. And Elohim said, because the Greeks use gods, we don't have a God. We have an Elohim. Let us make Ish according to our
image.
And
like.
So let's go back to the book of Matthew. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 24. Let's hear what he said. Everyone therefore that heareth these my dabarings, my words, and doth them, shall be
Like
in the image of, to a wise Ish. That's going to be important because when he first made Ish, he made Ish just like him. Mm-hmm. And
right.
every Ish that would conform to, would be a wise man, following the pattern of Elohim. That's what we're trying to do, is find a pattern.
that's right.
What wise man we going to find? He said, that's what I made. If I made him like me, guess what he had? Experience. He had good judgment. I let every creature come to him, and whatever he named her. That's because he had good judgment. He had experience. The man had knowledge. So now when I make statement, we look at statements saying, for everyone that heareth these my words, my dabarim, and doth them, shall be likened, resembled to a wise Ish that built his house, Beth, upon a sewer for rock, sewer, a bond for stone. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and they beat upon that Beth for house, and it fell,
All right.
for it was on a rock, on a sewer. So that's what we understand. So when we start out, it's important to always have a base to keep us from falling. Think about this. He made a statement, now to him that's able to keep you from.
Oh,
How that's gonna work?
you know, foundation.
You gotta be on a solid foundation. You know what people keep saying? I always find myself going bad, I always find myself falling, I always find myself messing up. Where you building at?
That's right.
You see why he talked about wisdom at? Now to him that's able to keep you from falling. And why didn't, listen, pay attention now. This is now, listen. For everyone that heareth these my dabarim, and doth them, shall.
Yeah, I'm not. It's verse 24.
I'm thinking 24.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Who said not? It came from him. Are you like the teacher helper? Cause your name going on the board. Ha. She. Kai. She. You gotta spell it how it sounds. That's how you spell that name. Ha, she, ka, yeah. Ka, gotta put an I. That's gonna be kiss. That ain't gonna be Hashi, Kishi. No, we're gonna spell it like that. Your new name is gonna be Hashi Kishi. You like that? Yes, you do. Don't try that. So now your new name is Hashi Kishi. That's like that. Cause that way now you mix with like Japanese and roots. I remember kissing. It means stay put. You supposed to stay there. See what I'm saying? So, 20. They got me in the wrong place. Let's look at something again. 25, please. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and they beat upon that
House.
And it fell
Not.
For it was founded. Okay. Pick me up at the book of, let's see how this work out. Let's do a comparable. See if that's the 8th chapter of the book of Yahukanan. They call it John. The proper name is Yahukanan. Let's see what that name means. Yahukanan. 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 There you go. Can't be going. I just can't understand what he be saying till he get to the hook. There go that book. Hey, I know you're wondering why I can't wrote this song. And after that, I'd be like, yeah. I be wow. How many of y'all be understand every word Cam be saying? I know they don't, but can't. Yeah, you be understand. You can't. You be the one saying that. They just be going. I be saying, I know I ain't retarded. Right. All these people can't understand what he's saying. But that's all right. All right. 26. Let's see something. Oh my goodness. I might be too high. Okay. Okay, let's say I'm too high, but I'll work it. Let's say many things. How different am I from what you say? Who read it?
God.
All right, let's see what happened. 26, read.
I have many things to say and to shaffer unto you.
Speak. To judge. Shaffer is to judge. Or he could be mashpat, because he's judging judgment of you, judging you. But
he that sent me is a mot.
Is a mot, which for true, and
I speak to the arise those things which I have heard of him.
Pay attention to this now. He said the one that sent him is the true. He's true, which is amat. A-M-A-T, amat is the word. And the things I have heard of him, these same I speak in the arise. Or it could be alam, because we're talking about the world.
That's right.
And
they understood not that he spake to them of the Abba.
Well, not, okay. How the Greeks, how the Latins recorded it written statement was, and they understood not that he kara is the word for call, Elohim his Abba. They didn't understand that he called Elohim his Abba. This statement he just made is the same statement that Adam would have had to make. Mm-hmm. Listen what he said. Many things I have to speak, Amar, and to Mashpat, judge, of you. But he that sent me is Amat. And the things I have heard of him, these same I speak in the alarm, in the world. Mm-hmm. Adam would have heard from the Father.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that's the same thing he spoke in the rise.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Now, this is what they didn't understand. And they understood not that he, Kara, called Elohim his father, Abba. Mm. They didn't understand that. Only reason we understand it because we know that Elohim sent Adam.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he spake to Adam.
Right.
And what he spake to Adam, Adam spoke in the arise.
That's right.
It was just him and Ka'ul, who they call Eve. That's still, he told it to everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's still everybody.
That's right.
He spoke to everybody in the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't worry about
Sir.
it. Yahushua therefore said to them, when you shall have lifted up the ben, this will be the ben of Adam, son of man, ben of that because he's mankind. He's a kind like Adam. Then shall you know that I am he, and that I do nothing of myself, but as the Abba, Father, has lamed it with the stick. So he put the rod in the hands of people that struck him. And he knew that that was the correction from the Abba, the Father. Because this was you to correct. Just like when animals, they do behavior, what you do. How many of y'all had a dog? How many of y'all hit your dog with something? And how many of y'all, when you were picking up your dog, knew what that meant?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You lambed them. You was teaching them. Mm-hmm. You was letting them know not to do it. He knew when they hit him that he had to be chasing of the Father. Mm-hmm. See, this is where we fall short at. We're literally looking for Elohim to come down himself in a physical, in the spirit form, which you couldn't see like you can't see the wind, and start whipping him. But he doesn't move like that. He works through individuals.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He worked through situations. That's how we learn. He didn't literally come down and teach us, but through different things he allowed us to go through, it gave us the information about him.
Right.
Y'all got it? Mm-hmm. So now we looking at it, he told us, so we understand that, okay? Yahushua therefore said to them, when you shall have lifted up the ben, which is the word for son of Adam, mankind, then shall you know that I am he, and that I do nothing of myself, but as the Abba had taught me, lamented me, these things I
speak.
That's how he could go and name every animal. Mm. He didn't come up with no names on his own.
Right.
He did what he told him.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I taught him, and that's what he went and he done.
That's right.
And he that sent me is
With
and he had not
left me
alone. Let's see why. For I do always the things that please him. That's what we're looking at.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's
How
right.
important these attributes are.
That's right.
That he let us know that I do always the thing that please him, which would have been being a wise man.
Yeah.
Right.
Which when he heard it, he took it. Because he knew that was the very same words, ideals that the Father had and that he lived by.
Yes, sir.
He knew it. Ish does not live by
Real alone.
but
Every debar.
so Elohim existed how long? Forever. Alone. And he's the Elohim of his word. Debar. So how am I expecting to live forever? No, probably by some fascinating, out of the ordinary experience. It's got to be by the word that he spoke.
That's right.
That's what sustained him. That's what sustained him. His word, that's what sustains him. That same word, ideal principle that he lives by is what he said, it'll make you live.
That's right.
It'll keep you alive
That's right.
forever. He exists. By what?
The debar.
That's right. So I have to have an understanding. What is it? Oh, it's just, you just live and live and live. No, you live by a concept,
That's
by
right.
a principle.
That's right.
Y'all got it? How did man die? When man broke those principles.
Right.
When did he tell man he was going to die?
Once he ate it up.
Do y'all know when he told man, he let him know that he was going to do it? He told him in the day when you do it. He was not warning him not to do it. He told him when he does it. Because it's just a matter of time for you try to find your own way. And you're going to be cut off. Let's see what he told him. In the book, we'll go back over right quick. We'll come back over. Let's look at the Septuagint. The Greeks, oldest writing of our law that they stole and transgendered. Chapter 2, verse 15. Let's see what he told them. See if it's 14. Barashit, they call Genesis. So we're 2 and 16. Oh, let me see. Is it 15? Let's see 15. Was it 15 what I want? We'll read 15 so we're done. All right. 2 and 15. And Yahuwah is the name. They replaced and put Lord. That's why Jehovah's Witnesses said Jehovah every time they see Lord, because they don't understand and don't know the enunciation, because they don't know the alphabet or the communication. So they take other people writing, they came up with Jehovah, Yahuwah, Elohim. The Greeks have a God. We don't have a God. We have a superior. Took the Ish, whom he had formed, Bara made, and placed him in the, our book begun, that's what they have for God, of delight. They'll put Eden, it was actually of delight. To cultivate and keep it. And the Yahuwah, Elohim, gave a responsibility. That's what charge means. You get a charge card. You know they had you to sign. You know they tell you when they send your paper. Anybody ready? It lets you know you are responsible. Even if I put somebody else and gives, I've called and added people on my credit card. They'll say, just to let you know, you're responsible for anything they put on that. All the charges that you put some on your credit card, whatever charge they made that you're responsible for.
That's right.
That's right.
So now that you got to pay attention to. This makes a difference in statements. And the Yahuwah Elohim gave a responsibility to Adam, saying, of every tree which is in the garden, thou mayest freely eat. No charge, no penalty. But of the tree which is ox, of, look, the knowledge of tube and rosh. The word for us for good is called tube. And rosh for evil. Of it ye shall not eat, but in whatever day you eat of it, ye shall surely die. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. This is what we're trying to consider. He knew what man was going to do when he put him there. Just a matter of time.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time for us to fall. All this was set up so he can reconcile each back to him.
Yeah.
It was never intended for man to do right the first time. Y'all didn't know that? It wasn't. It never was intended. You can only reconcile something that broke up.
Right.
You hear about a husband and wife getting back together, that meant they reconciled.
That's right.
Did y'all know that?
Yes, sir.
So we come out to do something, it was never intended for you at the first. It was intended for you to be reconciled, to be brought back. Let's see how that work out. 2 Corinthians, chapter 5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's see 17. Let's see what it says. 5 and 17. You back at the Latin Vulgate? All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Read.
Therefore, if any Ish be in Mashiach,
We don't use Christ. This is a Greek translated word. The Greek word is Christos. Is it over here? What did they put? Was this here they put? Christos. The Latin put is also the Greek word. Christos is the word. This is only good for doing what?
Cooking.
Frying chicken. Christos, grease. We don't use Christos. They took it because the word comes from anointed. The word anointed that the Greeks use does not refer to the anointing that what we use. That we use the word Mashiach. The Mashiach is the anointed one of Elohim. Y'all got it? That's one who Yahuwah poured out on. Y'all got it? So the Greeks have a word called Christos. That's why they use Christ. Because you definitely in a crisis when you don't put some Crisco grease in your head. When those little chicken and little fish grit get in your eye, you're in trouble. That's a crisis. So we don't have a Christ. We have a Mashiach. If any be in the Mashiach, a new creature is what he called it, or creation. The old things are passed.
Away.
Behold, all things are made new. But all things are of, see that? That's who we're looking at. Right back to who doing the creating again. Who did in the beginning? When he came in Barashit, it was new. Y'all got it? who had, look what he did. That's right. Us to who?
Himself.
By,
Mashiach.
see that? That's right. By the anointed one. That's how important he was. And has given to us they put ministry, what we put, Sharath? Sharath of reconciliation. Let's see what reconcile is. We'll go to their Google. You could just put reptile, same thing. Restore friendly relationship between. You can't say two, because it could be more than that.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll look at. Reconcile. What is that? Make one account consistent with another, especially by allowing for transactions begun but not yet completed. We can't use that. Cause to coexist in harmony. Make or show to be compatible. That's what we look at him doing. Mm-hmm. He calls to coexist in harmony. Man broke that. We broke the harmony we had. Mm-hmm. People talking about peace and harmony. Mm-hmm. And let's look at what harmony is. A lot of times we recite words, but when you don't know what words mean, then you don't actually know you're not a violator of it. We're talking about harmony. So let's look at what harmony is. Not e-harmony when you go meet these people to get the date. Don't it make a difference when you know what words mean?
Yes, sir.
Restore friendly agreement. The combination of simultaneously, what?
Simultaneously.
I was going to get to that later on. I thought about Simon said, simultaneously sounded musical notes to produce. We don't want that. It's another definition. Progression, having a pleasant, let's say, an arrangement, the quality of forming a pleasing and consistent whole. That could be good. Agreement on or concord. In your book, it'll ask you what concord has, which it'll ask you about agreement in 2 Corinthians. It'll start asking you questions before it told you wherefore come out from among them. It'll say what concord does one have? Well, the concord would be the similar to. Oh, they're doing something else. So that's what they're looking at, an agreement or a concord is what we're looking at, arrangement of for God. We definitely ain't interested in this right here. So that's what we're looking at. He's trying to put us back into an agreement, a concord. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
And it's similar to what they'll give you, accord, agreement, peace, shalom. That's what we're trying to get. Mm-hmm. Now, why is this important for us? Now, this makes sense for us, don't it? Let's see what he told us in Yeshayahu, chapter 57, verse 19. They call it Isaiah. The name is Yasha Yahu. What the name means is that Yahuwah saves. So we know when he sent Yahushua, you ain't gonna believe it. We know it had to be Yahuwah because he saves.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
If Yahushua was a savior, who sent him? Yahuwah. Had to be Yahuwah.
Right.
Because Yahuwah saves.
Right.
Yasha Yahu. Let's see this. Yasha Yahu. 57, 17. I said 19, didn't I? Let's see. Mm-hmm. Listen.
For the iniquity of his covetousness
Pay attention.
was I wrought,
That's why he said, that's why I was angry.
and smote him. I hid me and was wrought.
Hold on for a second. Now pay attention there. He said, for the iniquity of his covetousness. He said, that's why I was angry with him. Now mind you, when you're reading, the whole book is talking about Yahushua.
Yes, sir.
He said, I was angry because of his covetousness. So listen what happened because of his anger, what he did. What happened?
And smote him.
Wow. So what did he use?
The rod.
He could use the rod, or now we're going to look at the cuff.
That's right.
The open hand. They open hand slapped Yahushua too. Mm-hmm. So guess what happened to people that were watching, and when they saw the people open their hands and slap him? They knew that it was Yahuwah. He said,
right.
because of his covetousness. Right. He said, I was wrong, and I smote him. Listen.
I hid me and was wrought.
Y'all see that? So we knew that he was up on the cross. That's why he was asking, why did he forsake him? Mm-hmm. He was that angry with man. Y'all got it? That he said, that's why I hid myself. And guess what he used?
Cloud.
The dark cloud. He said the clouds were a covering. That's what he did. That's how he covered it. There was a veil. He said, that's why I hid myself. Because I was angry about these people committing qatar. Listen.
And he went on forwardly
What happened?
in the Direct of his law.
You see that for? He went on willfully in his own because of what was in his heart, in his law. Listen.
I have seen his Direct
I've seen his ways.
and will heal him.
See that? And I'm going to heal him.
I will lead him also and restore comforts unto him and to his mourner.
Nakum. So what did he do to us to give us that, restore the comfort to us?
At the bar.
The Kitab. The Kitab, what was written.
That's right.
The Debar, it'd be word, but we're talking about words being put together. You know what I'm saying? Being put in phrase. He said, that's what I used to comfort them. He said, so I'm going to give comfort back to him and to those that mourn for him, because they were going to go back and look at what was written. That was their consolation. If they go through enduring, if they endure what they're going through, they're going to have your call, which is they're going to have an expected waiting.
Right.
They're expecting. So that's why the people were watching when he was on the tube, on the cross, because they were waiting for something. All right, listen.
I create the pari of the lips. Shalom, shalom to him that is far off.
So he put shalom, which is peace, to them that are far off, which is shalom upon shalom to them that are far off. That's going to be us. We were far
That's
off.
right.
And to them that are what?
That is near.
That's near. See that? So he was giving what? He was giving, that was similar to, let's say, who we going to use? Somebody hollered back there first. Who said you? Devon. Ernie? Ernie, I ain't never heard you getting that right. What'd you say? You said Moshe. Why you said Moshe? Rashida said, don't get it wrong. You ain't gonna get no flip-flop. So that's your answer. No, it's just, I hope he don't get no flip-flop. What'd you say? Exactly right.
Yeah.
You see how you understand that?
That's right.
You gotta be, that's right. Look at that. Flip, flap, flip, flap. Yeah, right. But you see how it makes sense? How many of y'all don't know what he's talking about? Okay. Pick me up at the 29 chapter, no, 27. Barashik, say that 27. I'm sorry, all our dabarim.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you say, Chris?
That wasn't me.
No, I see you.
You done it so much, ain't like, like you get blamed like that, you got this one time, you right?
But I knew what it
Ooh.
was.
You did what?
I knew what it was.
Oh, good. All our heart. I'm saying, ooh, all our heart. They call it Deuteronomy, but the name is all la ha da barim. What's that, 27 and 1? You know what I said? And what this means right here is, and these are the words. All ha dabarim. It means, and these were the words. See, now what we do when we read the book, guess what we're looking for? What were the words? If these are the words, what are we looking for? What was the word? Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Slow down, personal. Come on, let me read a little more of this. Am I the right book I want? 28, not 29. See if it's 29. 28, blessing. Barak and Rasha, 29. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, this is it. What's that? 29. I used to remember all this stuff, but I gave up memory for understanding.
Yes, sir.
You had to give up one of them.
That's right.
Man, think too much of himself. So we'll let them read, and we'll get to the gist of it. That's how important it is when you read. See, that's when I say it. See, I wouldn't tell everybody to go through different books reading, because if you don't have a pattern and you don't understand how he operates, you won't know what you're taking, what's right or what's wrong. So what we're looking for is consistency based off statement, so we can compare them. And this is all aha dabarim, and these are the words. That's how important. If these are the words, this is something we would have paid attention to, because these are the words. So let's see what he told us. Listen.
These are the dabarim of the berith which Yahuwah Amar Mushah to make with the benim of Yasharal.
So that must be the back end of 28, what he just read. Isn't it, Boston? Yeah. What he just said was not here, though. So here, that's 29 and 1.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
He probably reading the last of 28. It's not. Let's see. It said, in Mushah Kara, all the benim of Yasharal.
That's verse 2 over here.
Right.
Well, I knew some had to be all. Okay, that's verse 2 over there.
Yes, sir.
So what verse is this?
That's verse 2.
So this got to be the end of 28 this is the end of 28. Okay. So how you got to understand it, both of them play numbering systems, okay? Which I read, this is verse 2, which is probably the end of, what you call them? And Mushah called all the benim, plural for sons, of Yasharal, and said to them, ye have seen all the things that the Yahuwah did in the Beth of Mitzrayim. There's no place called Egypt. Like Dorothy said, there's no place like home. Therefore,
you're gonna
before
need
you to Pharaoh.
You're going to need verse 1.
Yep.
That's
Y'all
what
gonna
you're
need it?
looking for. You're looking for verse 1, but it's not up there right now.
Which means the end of 28.
Possibly. What I'm thinking.
It's not.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
just not there. The verse he just quoted is not there. Correct, Boston? According to the Septuagint, that verse is not there. We got a lot of writing. Whew. I felt like I was on that boat again. Somebody laugh about that? I could have died. Who that was? Who you pointing at, Lancaster? He pointed at Danielle. Who was laughing? Who you want to tell on? Hey, why? Come on, tell on Hayward. How many of y'all be all right we blaming on Hayward? Ain't like he got no clean, sparkling reputation. So this is it.
Yes, sir.
That. Okay. So the last of 69 for the Septuagint is y'all verse 1. Not y'all, but the verse 1 of King James. These are the dabarims of the berith, which the Yahuwah Amar Mushah to make with the benim for children of Yasharal in the Beth of Moab. And what is Moab? It means of the father. That's what these people were actually named because they came from who? Lut, who was the nephew of Abraham. That's right. Besides the berith with which he made with them in Korab. They said Horeb. They're saying it's Korab. So this is one besides that one.
That's right.
Let's see what he told them. Appreciate y'all going back and finding it. So we know their numbering system is different. Trying to say about some army clothes. That's them Greeks. I remember when Josh went on Rosetta Stone. You got to be able to read that for us. Then you buy that whole set of Rosetta Stone of the Greek. All that man learned was, shut up my keys. In the car. We're like, what? Man got a $400 CD. He like, then you lock your keys in the car, you can't use it. And Mushah called all the benim of Yasharal and said to them, ye have seen all the things that the Yahuwah did in the Beth of Mizraim before you to Pharaoh and his Abadim for service, and all his Beth, the great temptations which thine eyes, which would be the for us, have seen. The ox is the word for signs. And those great wonders, yet the Yahuwah Elohim have not given you a lob to do what?
No.
To know and to see, eyes to see, and ears to hear until this. How many of y'all know what happens with this? Raise your hand. Somebody had an answer out there, somebody had to get them first. Who said that there? That was you, Josh. Was that you, $400 Rosetta Stone? Who had an answer out there, Kerry? Kerry? Who? Humpback, let me hear your answer. He right. Yeah. Here you go, Pastor. No, you take it for now. I've been ostrich. No. So what's your answer? He's exactly right.
That's right.
And you told him, yes, Yahoo, you're Ukanon. Hold on before I go down. Let's go down a little bit more. Go back. Let me show y'all what he was doing. Come back. Okay. Listen what he did. Was it 2 was that? The great temptation. The great temptation which thine eyes have seen, the signs, acts, and those great wonders, yet the Yahuwah Elohim have not given you a lob to know and eyes to see. You had eyes, but you never saw it. And ears to hear until that day. So let's see some. Yehukanan, chapter 12:37. Yehukanan, they call John. I bet you getting better. When he said he hadn't told no lies in a couple of weeks, I said, man.
That was an easy.
We like, what, it been 15 days? He like, yeah. All right, I had a mess with Humpback. All right, this is 12:37. So now we're comparing to see what he was saying here. And whereas he has done so many miracles, before them, they
Amon.
Not. How do you amon? With the heart. Pay attention. In the 10th chapter of the book of Romans, he said with the heart, the law, man, that's how he believes. Look at this now. And whereas he had done so many miracles before them, which means if it was before them, where was it?
They saw it.
They saw it before their eyes. They amon not in him. Listen why. That the saying of Yeshayahu, they call Isaiah Thomas. We don't put this stuff in. This is Greek again. His name is Yeshayahu. They did it shorted. The Nabah, we don't believe in the prophet. We have a Nabah, might be fulfilled, which he said, Yahuwah, who had among our hearing. Remember he told me he gave them ears to do what?
Hear.
So not only they saw it, they heard it. And he asking them, who has believed it? That's right. And to whom hath the arm, which is his strength, of Yahuwah been revealed? He want to know who saw it.
That's right.
Therefore, they could not.
Amon.
Amazing, you just heard him talking about their heart. He gave them a heart to believe. They couldn't do that because Yeshayahu said again, he had blinded their eyes. But amazing, he told them they had eyes. And hardened their love. Wow. He said you had a heart to believe that they should not see with their nor understand with their love and be converted, and I should heal them. That meant they were still sick. Yasharal was sick. That's why he said, remember in the book of Yeshayahu, the 57th chapter, he said he's seen Yahushua. And what did he say he's going to do? He said, I'm going to heal him. Because he saw, he believed. What does he do? And he heard. I need some help. My memory slipped just that fast. Where we at? No, that's when you really gone. No, but you see now the correlation. So now when we read stuff that people call New Testament, We're only taking it because it actually lines up with what we know.
Right.
So if he let Yasharal get a heart to believe, law to aman, eyes to see, which is the eye, and ears to hear, he was saying, I'm healing you. I'm going to fix you. I'm going to fix you. I can't fix these people. Guess what we learned? That's why they weren't in harmony.
That's right.
You learned they weren't in harmony.
sir.
We're not on concourse. We're not in agreement. Doesn't that make a difference
Yes,
with you?
sir.
Yes, sir.
We're not in agreement, I can't heal you. You know, sometimes people get medication and they'll go back and they'll complain and tell the doctor it ain't working. A couple of things you'll find why it don't work. They ain't taking long enough. Nor did they take it according to it was written.
Right. Yeah.
Take without food, I gotta eat something with it. Take on empty stomach, I gotta eat something. I get sick if I take some pills and I don't eat. Now the pill don't work. I need another pill. And the reason why, because you're not in harmony. The pill, the agreement with this pill working is you don't eat. Or it say take with food. I ain't hungry. I just gotta go and take my medication because I get busy, I just get it going. But it said to take with food.
That's right.
I know, but I be on the run. I had to eat later. And the stuff don't even work. Let's go with it. I'm paid my tithes and stuff don't work out for me because you ain't do it the way he told you.
Right.
You paid tithes on what you wanted. He told you bring all the tithes into the
Yeah.
storehouse.
Yeah.
You paid tithes on what you wanted to pay. But now when I tell you that stuff don't work because I paid tithes. Ask me the whole thing, the whole matter. I brought all the tithes. We don't obey everything that he said. We'll hold him to a statement of what he said he'll do. But if you go through and look at everything he told us to do, we didn't do all of it.
Right.
Who did it remind you of? Shamuel. Shaul, I mean. Who you said? Shaul. Who you said before that? You said Shaul. What you heard? That tight. You don't know. What's him? Ben Hashikishi. What did you hear? That means son of Kushi. Stay put. You know. But you didn't hear what you heard, Joseph? That tight. What you heard? Coach, what you heard? He said what I said. After I said it. That's what I want to know. No, but Shaul, because Shaul was told to do something.
That's right.
Which mine I can't remember what he was told to do. Hold on, Kerry just got back. Let's see if he in harmony. He had a hand. What did he say? They got to hear you too. Make sure they can hear you. Take that thing to Hannibal Lecter so he can hear you. He was told to destroy. Oh, and what happened? So he did do what he told him to do. Yes, he did. He just didn't do all of it. See, when I say that now, that's how we work. I did, because he did it. He said, I did what he told me to do. But he didn't do everything.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? That became contingent on his life. I'm going to take you down. I can't let you keep going because you didn't do all. That was so, now we come back and look at the reading. Now, when was that written? While we were living?
Nope.
What was that written?
Before.
Aforetime. And what was it written for? To teach us. You see that? That's what it was written for, to teach us. So that we might have your call. If I'm looking for him to give me something, based on me doing something, that hope and expectation is off of other people who align themselves, who was in harmony with him. A lot of times we look to get stuff from that he gives the people that's in harmony with him, and we broke a cord with him.
Right. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
We kind of similar to a baby inside the belly of his mother. You know, a baby in the belly of his mother know how to go get nothing to eat.
That's right.
They don't have to never go do that. Everything already, it's already connection.
Right.
It's a given.
That's right.
Whatever she eat, they get. That's a similar to he wants to be connected to him to come to the bar. What he does, that's what we do. Whatever the mother takes in, that baby gets. Hello? That mama don't eat no French fry and that baby get cauliflower. Whatever that mother eat, that's a baby. After that baby come out, then the baby have to get it through other sources, other means. Baby had to scream, had to cry for it to get it. But when it's connected, and when it's on a cord,
That's right.
you know what I'm saying? When it's a cord.
Yes, sir.
You see that? It's a line, it's harmony. Whatever you get, it's a given, I'm gonna get it. Wherever you go, you ain't gonna believe it. I'm gonna be right there. Ain't no pregnant mother can go nowhere that baby don't go. You stay outside my stomach while I go in here and come back in when I go. Wherever you go, I go. You think that? So we have to align ourselves to be in harmony with accord, in agreement with. That's how it works out for us to get the things he told us. What happened, we break allegiance, break accord, and we still want things to happen. It can't work that way. What's the purpose of people doing it? What's the purpose of people staying aligned if you don't be aligned and you still get the same thing? Sit down and shut up. What happens if I don't? Well, you get everything everybody else doing that sitting down shutting up. Well, I don't used to me shutting up. I'm getting the same thing they get. What I'm sitting down for?
Yep.
They say, sit down and shut up. You going to the principal. You said, why you didn't say it the first time? I ain't when never got up. You'd have said that. Because you know a phone call come with that.
Yes, sir.
And don't call. I told they called hearing grade one time. I was like Daoud. I assure you, they never called hearing grade. After that day, that never happened again. I don't know what you would think about, man. You need to get rebaptized. I said, man, the fuck done come trying to figure out. I said, you would come through that door with that beat up lunch box. I was like, who dad is that? My daddy dropped out of school in the 6th grade. You don't come to no school. Boy, was I pissed. I said, I thought, is you out your mind? This man don't be at work. This man got bills to pay. Listen, whenever I found a paper, emergency contact, Bill Smith. Anybody to call? Do not, that man don't want to be called. Don't call that man on his job. I don't know what she was thinking today. She told them folks, call their daddy. That means they had to go out there on the yard and tell Henry Grady, you got a phone call. And Henry Grady, I know he got that track, he come, somebody better be damn dead. Goodness. When he cut that machine off and come in that office, somebody better be dead. If not, I'm killing him. You used to call your husband on the job. You used to call him, talk to him, just call him and talk to him on the job. She knew better. He'll call me, you better be dead. I'm working. How many of y'all dad were like that? You don't call that job? Then what the hell they call your dad's job? Man, Dan said one time that daddy picked him up from school. He said, look back down. His son had a book, that book. He said, I know that ain't my book. Took his foot and kicked the windshield out the car. Bam! I said, man, how many books you want? I'm gonna get back in school. I'm gonna get all these books. I got, man, all the encyclopedia. What you need? Right. Because apparently you finna kill somebody. Right. But them old folk didn't play that song. I'm telling you, went to school, they'd have called Billy to come up there to come get you. There you go. It don't even come to school. Listen, even if they were giving me honest stuff, he don't need to be bothered. That's right. He like, nigga, I'll bust your head. What you doing getting honors? I'm gonna call him. I said, no. You don't do stuff like that. Y'all kids, y'all, you get to talk and all that. No, you don't do that. Did y'all used to put my number down for emergency contact? Bro, I know, bro, no good joker. I just found out he was signing my damn name on them port cards. I was talking about Bryce was good. He used to sign all our stuff. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, he signed. He learned how to sign your signature. He was good at it. I think I signed you or two before I watched it. So I know where he get it from his mama. I'll tell you, but whatever it do to keep, you don't want your dad coming to school?
No.
Ooh, child. Listen, so we understand how he had blinded their eyes, and he didn't want to hear them. So this kept them from being connected to a berith.
Right.
Y'all understand that now?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to the Septuagint and all our Hadabarim they call Deuteronomy 29. Finish this up. Oh, that was quick. This is verse 2. And the great temptation, which, listen what happened. Their eyes have seen, and the sign, and the great wonders. Yet the Yahuwah Elohim have not given you to believe, to know, and eyes to see, and ears to
hear,
until
it's you.
Y'all want to see how that work out?
Yes.
19th chapter of Ukanon. We'll work backward. Your Ukanon, they call John, chapter 19. do 26. Let's just do it now. Give me 1919. Then I'll come down. How about that? We'll work this out. 1919. And Pelotus, what did he do?
Wrote a title and put it on the tooth.
That's right. On the cross, it's actually the tooth. That's one about Aleph. It's the last one, which makes sense because this was the last sign we saw from him. That's right. Him being on the tooth was the last sign we saw. That's why it makes sense this is the last Aleph, the tooth, the cross, which is the mark or the sign. And did what?
And the kitab was.
And the writing was.
Yahushua of
not
Nazareth.
Jesus. This makes absolutely no sense simply because this name didn't even come out till after the 1600s. So how it makes sense he wrote this when his name didn't come out after the 1600s? Absolutely no sense. This is how dumb scholars are. This is just dumb. Of Nazareth, the Malak. We don't have a king. This white folk stuff. A Malak is an emperor of the Yahudim. We don't have no Jews. What happened with this title?
This title then read many of the Yahudim, for the Malkum where Yahushua was crucified was nigh to the city.
See that? And what happened?
And it was Kitab in Abari,
and
Greek,
and
Latin.
This is going to be the problem. Let's go with that. It was written in Abari, it was written in Greek, and it was written in Latin. And you still couldn't get Jesus.
That's right. That's right.
You still couldn't get the word Jesus. The Greeks couldn't write it.
Nope.
Nor would the Latins be able to write it.
Nope.
So we'll go with this. And this makes sense that you would have found this. You know, years ago, people, the Hebrew Israelites are arguing, fight a lot of stuff, and I've been guilty of fighting a lot of things for years. And you fight a lot of things out of ignorance. Some can be honest, but it can still be dangerous. Simply it makes sense it would have to been written in Abari, in Greek, and in Latin, because those were the people that ruled over us.
That's right. That's right.
They ruled over us.
That's right.
This is only sense. You have Greek-speaking Yehudi.
Yeah.
They've been under Greek Empire.
That's right.
They've been under the Roman Empire.
That's right.
So, of course, there's going to be our people that does not speak our language.
That's right.
So if you wrote it in Abari, they wouldn't be able to read it, simply because they grown up in providence of the Greeks.
Yep.
They grown up in the providence of the Romans, which would have made them speak Latin or Greek. So that makes sense. Not to mention, it's believed that it was actually written in 70 different translations. Makes sense. We've been dispersed all over the Iraq.
Right.
So why would there only be 3 writings? Our people were dispersed all over. Jesus wouldn't make sense because the name didn't come out after the 1600s. It wouldn't make sense. This was before the 1600s. This is a bald-faced lie.
Yes, sir.
But this makes sense. They were under the rule of the Latins when this happened. So we know it was written in Latin. We know it was written in Greek because Greek is a language that was considered to be a people that were more highly intelligent. The Greeks were big for knowledge. These people that have been in fraternities will tell you that Greeks big on knowledge. That's where you'll get a lot of science stuff that come. Who you think named the planets?
Yeah.
That's Greek.
That's right.
How you think you got your days and your week?
That's right.
Your months?
That's right.
The Greeks. They were big on knowledge. Everybody followed the format of the Greeks. The Latins just came along and duplicated what the
That's
Greeks
right.
did.
That's right.
And America duplicated all of them. A lot of them studied and learned and stole from people in Mizraim.
Mizraim,
that
that's
they
right.
call Egypt.
Yep.
Egypt had older information than these people ever
That's
had.
right. That's right.
The Greeks came in when they conquered people, they stole from them.
That's right.
Artifacts, letters, writings, cultures. That's how when you have a alphabet, they have an alphabet. Because they stole from you. Same similar characters. They're thieves. So that's why you find, all right, it was written in Abari, Greek, and in Latin. Then the Rosh Kohanim, we don't have a chief priest. Rosh for the first, for the captain or the head. The Kohanim, we don't have a priest, the Catholic Church does. Of the Yahudim said to Pelotus, Katab not, right not, the Malak of the Yahudim, but that he said, I am the Malak of the Yahudim. Pelotus answered, what I have written, I have, that's what I katab. The soldiers, therefore, when they had crucified him, took his garment, and they made 4 parts. To every soldier a what?
Part.
That's what I'm looking at. These people parted because they let you know that's where you've been dispersed to the four corners of the Orites.
That's right.
That was similar to that they took the clothing, when they took his clothes and they tore it because they were giving who was going to get what set of people. Who do we learn that from?
The Counsel. Rebel.
Who you said? Olive Malakim. First Kings is what you're saying, but it would have been the 11th chapter. That's when you would have found it. When he found out he was industrial. That's how we got Jeroboam, because he was tugging, he had a coat. And the Naboth came and took his coat and he tore it up into 12 pieces. And he was giving him 10, he kept 2. Because Yahuwah was letting him know he was going to rent and he was going to take us away, that he was getting 10 tribes and 2 tribes were going to stay. That's how we know when they took his coat and they parted it, because they were actually going to separate the people.
That's right.
We only learned that from the book. We didn't speculate.
Yeah.
Them taking his clothes and tearing into 4 parts. Where you think you at? North, south, east, and west.
Yeah.
You're in the 4 corners. Listen, and also his coat. Now the coat was without
Seam,
which kept them from tearing up, woven from the top throughout. They said then one to another, let us not cut it, but let us cast lots for it, whose it shall be, that the Ketab scripture might be fulfilled, saying, they have parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture they have cast lots. And the soldiers indeed did these things. He's saying that's exactly what they did. So one major part they kept. Don't y'all know that's how our people been dispersed, put out here?
Yeah.
These crackers ain't did nothing but sit around and just throw some dice against the wall.
Yep. That's right.
Pull straws.
That's right.
They voted on who was going to get us.
Yep.
That's all they did. They took a gambling shot on who was going to get us.
That's right.
The larger part of us is believed that the most of us are in Brazil.
Brazil. That's right.
How many of y'all didn't know that? There's more niggas in Brazil than anywhere else.
That's right. Yep.
That's why they diseased the place and plagued it.
Yep.
They took the majority of us and they dispersed us all over. That's how they did. Through how you think they came and stole us out from Africa? With soldiers.
Yep.
They brought you here and you were stripped naked. You had clothes on, they stripped you.
That's right.
Now there stood by the cross the 2 of Yahushua, his aim, the word for mother. For Greeks, the word is mater, is the word they use for mother. And his aim sister, his aim Akuth, Marim of Cleophas, Cleopas, and Marim Magdalene. When Yahushua therefore had seen his aim and his Talmudim, for we'll use disciple, they had that, standing whom he Ahab loved, he said to his aim, woman, Isha, behold thy Ben. Look at her son. After that, he said to the Talmudim, behold thy aim. And from that hour, the Methodist, the Talmudim, took her to his own. So at that point, he done gave his mother a son and gave that son a mother. Likening who? That's tight. That's right, for Shemuel. Remember when Shemuel, he came and his mother dedicated him.
Yeah.
She dedicated him to Yahuwah. She gave it to him. So Shemuel came and told the woman that Yahuwah give her a loan for that child. So Yahuwah had to give her, that was her son. What mother gonna leave her son up there unless you give her another one? So he gave his mother a loan. This was until I give him back. I'm giving it on loan. Okay? Afterward, Yahushua, knowing that all things were now accomplished, that the Ketab might be fulfilled, said, I
Thirst.
And what was he thirsty for?
Yahuwah.
That's book. They gave him drink, but in the 49th chapter, 49th chapter, no, not 49, 42,
42.
Tahalim. What'd you say? Tahalim, they call Psalm 42 and 1. He said, mine Nephash thirsted for Yahuwah as the deer panted for the Ma'im. So that's how we knew what he was talking about. Now therefore there was a vessel set there full of
Vinegar.
sour wine, and they put in a sponge full of vinegar, sour wine, about hyssop, put it to his mouth. Yahushua therefore, when he had taken the sour wine, said, it is consummated. And he bowed his head and gave up the ruach. So what was the purpose of giving the wine? How many stop? How many of y'all don't know? Let me see your hand. How many that don't know? Let me ask y'all a question. You don't know because you ain't been taught, or you don't know because you don't remember?
They don't remember.
Shake your head, you don't remember. Shake the head, they don't remember. They say, I don't remember. How many of y'all remember? Michelle and Ray, you on the don't know or remember? You remember? Ryan looking. He said he gonna write another Zamar. Teacher, they're gonna buy my bullets from another place. I can't get them from Walmart. How many don't? Those are the people. Look at the people that remember now. Let me see the people that don't remember. Wow. Tap that sweet tap aside. All right, let's see why. Marsha Lee, they call it Proverb 31 and 1. This is a AIM mother teaching her son. What is it?
Easy.
That one. 31 and 1. We're going to look in the Septuagint. And we said a Septuagint right now. They might say something different. This is the book of Marsha. They use the word proverb. A proverb, what they'll call a proverb, they actually took from a Marsha, which is when you say something short and concise. It's true, and you just shorten it and get it right to the point. Y'all got it? That's what a Marsha is. 31. So they saying ain't no 31 in Marsha? That can't be right. No, not in Ecclesiastic. You in Ecclesiastic? We're going to go to Proverb. We went to Psalms. What y'all looking for? Oh, y'all trying to find it? Oh. He's out Jesse. We out Jesse. Jesse said he'll fend on half of all the good, honest Mexican that swam over him on the turd. I seem like every time I look around, Cinco de Mayo come up. How y'all have Christmas every month?
That's right.
When is Cinco de Mayo, though?
May 5th.
In May? They're too hot for Christmas. Put all them reindeer clothes on, Santa Claus stuff. So they have Christmas.
That's Mexican independence.
Same thing. They got a song that Cinco de Mayo. Cinco. They do. How the song? They got a song, I want to wish you a Cinco de Mayo. I want to wish you a Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, how that Mexican song go? I know all of them, they keep them. I ain't never heard of boom, 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 boom.
That's right.
Boom, 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 boom. They got the most bump music I've ever heard in my life.
That's right.
They ain't made but one good hit. That was that Joy Lopez song.
That's right.
30, appreciate that. Woo. 31 and 1. Oh, gotta find it. So this is, okay, down. So they don't start at the top. This is it over here. Let's start from 10 down. So 1 starts differently on this one. Goodness. Coming to the end? Okay. Now, I got to remember the Septuagint is different. They number different than how charm or false. Oh, okay, it said this. Okay. Beauty is vain. Okay, we get on here. We over here. 31. Okay, goodness. They put one. Y'all hear that? This is 30. Marsha Lee. So y'all 31 and 1. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
My dabareens have been spoken by Elohim, the what that, oracle?
They're trying to use
What they trying to use that for?
like oracle, probably.
I'm sure that's what I'm thinking, but I don't get her saying that. What does your one say? Verse 1 say?
The dabarim of Malak Lemuel, the Naba that his aim taught him.
Said, okay. They put oracle for prophecy. The answer of the Malak, whom his aim instructed him. Because when you teach, you basically instructing. What wilt thou keep? My being. What? The dabareens of Elohim. My firstborn, which would be the Rosh. Her firstborn be the Rosh. We probably Ruban for firstborn, first son. I speak to thee, what? Being of my womb, what? Being of my vows. Shama. No. Yeah, Shama. Give not thy wealth to women. Y'all see that? That's why I don't be paying
Yes,
no more.
sir.
I talk about that girl.
Yes, sir.
I get that girl $5.
That's
I
right.
don't forget her my wealth.
That's right.
See, I was doing what the book say then.
That's right. That's right.
That girl asked me for $300. I said, for what? She said $300. I said, I got $5.
That's right.
I wasn't finna bust down on $300. I'm trying to steal me over that now for change. Nor thy mind in living to remorse, because you'll be sitting around regretting it later. Do all things with counsel. Recommendation for course we had. Drink wine with counsel. If y'all niggas think y'all come in my office and get a drink, y'all got another thing coming. Now, what does it read? How it read from over there? I told the Septuagint to read different, though. Listen. What is that?
Give not thy strength unto Nashim, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth Malachim.
Oh,
It is not for Malachim.
hold on. What verse you at?
That was verse 3.
Okay. This verse 3. You know,
read this.
the women, she said, not our mind and not living to remorse. Do all things with counsel. And your number 3 doesn't ever say nothing about drinking or wine.
That's number 4 over here.
What does it say?
It is not for Malachim, O Lemuel. It is not for Malachim to drink wine, nor Sarim strong drink.
Hold on for a minute. Rulers are not prone to anger.
are prone.
Who? Oh, prone to anger. I don't know when I'm gonna be a ruler one day. I ain't gonna be angry.
Good. Yeah, awesome.
People live in glad houses shouldn't throw rocks.
That's right.
And they should also clean their windows and lock them, because I come through the mother. All right. Sarims are prone. Let them then not drink wine. See, cause we get drunk, we gonna be a mess, ain't it? But y'all, y'all think that?
Just don't sin. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right, just for the.
That's right.
Wow. Sarim are prone to anger. Let them then not drink wine.
That's right.
Lest they drink and forget
Wisdom.
knowledge, judgment, to be what good judgment, wisdom, and experience. And be not able to
Chaffin.
the poor rightly. They can do it, but it won't be right.
Right.
Give strong drink. Give strong drink. Give strong drink to those that are in,
Sorrow.
and the wine to drink to those in.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are the most drunkenest members. They'll corrupt somebody else one day.
Yeah.
But this makes sense. So the reason why y'all reading this is why we know when he drunk wine.
That's right. That's right.
And according to this, that's tight. That's tight. No, it's because of what Yeshayahu said about him.
Yeah.
That's right, 53 and 3. We ask who has believed our report, and whom has the arm of Yahuwah been revealed.
That's right.
For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant. And like a,
There it is.
no, stop, Chris.
There
come
it
on.
is.
Don't try to go there, John.
Let the book
And
talk.
like a plant out of the dry ground, he has no calmness or beauty that we should desire. And when we see him, there's no beauty that we should desire. Let's go and read it right quick. Yeshayahu 53 and 1.
That's right.
Let's just read what it says.
That's right.
Then pay attention. Now, before they go there, listen what he tells you. Be not able to, they won't be able to shafet the poor rightly. Give strong drink to those that are in sorrow, and the wine to drink to those in
Pain.
that they may forget their poverty and may not remember their troubles anymore. Let's see what he said. That reads differently than what y'all got.
That's right.
That reads totally different than what they got.
That's right.
But let me say this. I wish y'all nigga would come to church out like you sorry. Come here, nigga. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
That's right.
They used to do it on the cowboy movie.
That's right. That's right. And a little liquor before they take the bullet out.
I can see y'all niggas running around trying to get somebody to shoot you so you can get some liquor.
That's right.
Walk around here, bullet hole on their body every Saturday. This Yeshayahu, they call Isaiah 53 and 1. I'll try to get y'all finished. Then maybe come back and finish it up. So let's see how this makes sense. How about that? I'm trying to finish up that and get y'all finished. O Yahuwah, who had amon our report, and to whom has the arm of the Yahuwah do what?
Been revealed.
How would you have to reveal your arm?
Roll up the sleeve.
Hold on for a minute. Jerry said, your arm not in your chest. You had to roll up your sleeve.
That's right.
You had to uncover it.
That's right.
That's why they had to strip Yahuwah. Yahushua,
Right.
because that was his arm.
Yes, sir.
It told you the arm is the male part of the bent arm. So that's how he revealed himself. That's what you're asking. Who had amon our report? What we said. And to whom has the arm of the Yahuwah been
Revealed.
Who saw it? Listen why. We brought a report as of a does not read the same way.
No.
No, I never read this. This don't say that.
No,
We
sir.
brought a report of a being, a yarlet, before him. He is as a root in a thirsty.
Land.
That's how they got dry. That's not the same thing. He had as a root in a thirsty land. That's different. That's different. He has no form or comeliness. And when we saw him, but he had no form or beauty. But his form was ignoble. And I gotta look this up. Let's look up this. What is it? Ignoble? And inferior to that of the benim of unashamed for men. He was a man in
Suffering.
and acquainted with the bearing of.
Sickness.
So now see why they gave him wine to drink. The book had to be fulfilled. Now
That's
you can
right.
see why he had to look like that.
That's right.
So now it made sense when the man ran up. When they were saying leave him alone, he put on the stick and gave him wine.
Right.
Look at his face.
Sick.
Look at him. And he's suffering.
Yeah.
So now it made sense why they told you when he was on the two. One of them ran up with a stick and with wine on it and gave it and put it to his lips.
Right.
Because who were you supposed to give it to?
Him the sick.
Somebody in pain and somebody with sorrow.
Yep.
You see how the book makes sense?
Yeah.
They did it because they the devil. Nothing but the devil do that. Ain't the devil, the scripture had to be fulfilled.
That's right. That's right.
That's why he asked you who has a mind.
That's right.
Look at him. Each in suffering and acquainted with the bearing of
Sickness.
for his face is turned from us. He couldn't even look at him. Y'all see that? Now come back, go to what we had so I can finish this up. Well, we did martial league. Let's go back over right quick to Eucadon. Eucadon 19 so I can finish this up. Eucadon 19, what verse was about 30? 30, what we left out, 20? Okay, well, 20, 30 be good. Yahushua therefore, Eucadon they called John 19:30. Yahushua therefore, when he had taken the wine, said it is
Consummated.
meaning they did what? When a man and a woman consummate a marriage, that means that the man has entered her womb, which means they had thrown the javelin and pierced him through the side. So that's how you know it was consummated. And bowing his head, he gave up the ruach. They put ghost. Then the Yahudim, because it was the, whatever they call it, it was for us it was the preparation for Basar, that the bodies, Basar, might not remain upon the cross too on the Shabbat Yom, for that was a great Shabbat day. Is that why they did it?
They had to come down.
They had to take him down because you couldn't allow a body to stay up on the cross all day.
Right.
If you left a body up on the cross till the shamash goes down, then the land occurs. How many of y'all don't remember that? Good. Everybody remember? Who don't remember it? Who you never seen it? Well, let's see it right quick. 22. What is that? 22. Allah Dabarim.
Oh my goodness.
22:15. Y'all see what kind of condition I gotta work in? Y'all need to give me something to drink. Can't y'all see I'm a man with sorrow? Now you know your alcohol. When you say I need a grain, whenever they say I need a grain,
Yeah.
you don't went past. That's a Tia lab. You don't need a grain. Yeah, she know about it. Alcoholic. How many of y'all here used to be alcoholic? Still is. CJ said he drank 72 beers overnight.
Goodness.
Yeah.
You ready to hump back and Mike?
21. Chapter 21, preacher.
21?
Yes, sir.
Maybe 21, 22. CJ, you been doing, CJ been over weeks telling a lie. He been humpback just 2 weeks in a day. Well, he messed that up in there in the room, didn't he? How many of y'all think humpback been 2 weeks straight? Don't know about. Oh, Princess, she believe in him. That's a lie. Let's see. 22, I got 21, 22. In the book. It seemed like I saw it just then. You might have got right down to it. This is the book of Allah Dabarim, which they call Deuteronomy 22. Matter of fact, go on to verse 20 so they can see what this is talking about. How about that? All right, come down a little bit more, make it 19. 18? Okay, 18. So that I can see what this was about, okay? All right, matter of fact, come down a little bit more. Come on down to 16. Woo, blood pressure. Woo, okay, take all that excitement. This 16, that's it. Okay, matter of fact, come down a little bit more. That's 15. I gotta go to 15 now. Because they cover a lot more for
Yes,
them.
sir.
Just help them out. Let's see. We'll touch it. We just down. I'm gonna keep going. This is 15 verse, okay? And if a ish have two nashim, because it's plural, ish, nashim for wives. The one, ahab, and the other, sanah for hated. And both the ahab and the sanah should have borne him Benin. And the Ben, son of the sanah, should be the first born, which would be the Rosh, Reuben. That's what Reuben is, firstborn.
Right.
Okay? 16. Then it shall be that whensoever he shall divide by inheritance his goods to his benin, to his son, he shall not be able to give the right of the first of Reuben to the bin of the Ahab one, having overlooked the bin of the Sinar, which is the Reuben. But he shall acknowledge the Reuben of the Sinar one to give to him double of all things which shall be found by him. You got an instance going on here. This will teach you about Jacob. Jacob had 2 wives. Rachel, they call Rachel. Her name means ewe, like a young sheep, ewe lamb. And then we got Leah. She was the one that was hated. Reuben came from her. Yehuda is who we acknowledge. But Reuben came from her. You had to acknowledge Reuben, which is going to put you right back to Yahushua, who came from Yehuda, because he was the firstborn. Y'all got it? The right is his. He couldn't be overlooked. Y'all got it? You had to come back and got to acknowledge him. Y'all got it? And this, now, notice when you got this. You got this after Abraham.
Right.
Because they would have put Ishmael, he would have had to been acknowledged.
That's right. That's right.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He imputed it. That's why I said we got an issue. Now, somebody go back and try. This is where stupid people go back.
Yeah.
See, that ain't right. Where there's no law,
No transgression.
there's no transgression. See, that's why people mess up. They try to go back and put a law where a law wasn't at.
Right.
This law came into play based off of them.
That's right.
Because the book taught you that when Yahuwah saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb.
That's right.
He saw she was hated. Why you think things got to come back and work for us? We got to be acknowledged.
We hate it.
Because we hate it. He told y'all in the 15th chapter book of Yehukanah, it's written in their Torah
They hated me without a cause.
for no reason. Y'all got it? Okay, let's go down. Let's see where I'm at now. 17. But he shall acknowledge the firstborn Reuben of the Sinar one to give to him double of all things which shall be found by him, because he is the Rosh of his Benin, and to him belongs the
Birthright.
That's why Yahushua, that's why he said Yahuwah possessed him in the beginning. How you think he wound up getting a double? How you think he wound up getting more than us?
Yeah.
Because he was the firstborn. Y'all got it? And if any Ish has a disobedient and a contentious being who hearkens not to their voice of his Abba and to the voice of his
Aim.
This is going to get you with this. That this is how people twist and mess up stuff. They're going to teach that he disobeyed Yahusuf, who was his father, Yosef, and he disobeyed Marin, his aim. He didn't. Let's look at 1 Timothy right quick, 5 and 1. This is why you pay me.
Yes, sir.
My check, I want to say my check clear. I want to say, the bank ain't sent me no letter yet. My check don't clear, all this come back. The proper name of it is Barnabas, which means born of the Nabim, or born of the, what they would call the prophet. Somebody got their own little message back there, don't they? Who is that, Dawood back there? Making all that noise, just like his dad. Just a disturbance. Go ahead and keep disturbing everything. All right, this is Barnabas 5 and 1. An ancient Ish, which for us we would call a Zakim, an elder. An ancient Ish rebuke not, but entreat him as a, wow. Young Ish, unashamed, as
Hakeem.
old Ish, Isha, as young Ish, Nashim as
Aku.
in all chastity. So you see how that's why you need a teacher? So let's go back and let's see what happened. At the 21st chapter, and the 21st verse, 20th verse, 18, okay. And if any man has a disobedient and a contentious being, that will make him a father, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. So if an older man told him what to do, guess who that would be? Like a father. And guess what he did?
So bad.
He didn't do what he told him to do. Who hearkens not to the voice of the older man and the voice of the older woman. And they shall correct him. That's what they were trying to do to Yahushua. Mm-hmm. He didn't listen to them because they were wrong. Mm-hmm. Okay, correct him. And he shall not hearken to them. Then shall his Abba and his aim take hold of him and bring him forth to the Zakanim of the city. When did you see Marim and Joseph, his father and mother, bring him to these people? He didn't. The people brought them to him. Mm-hmm. See, that's why you need a teacher. These folks don't know what they be doing. They'll teach this and tell a lie and say Marim, his mother, and Joseph, his father, took him there. See, that's how they crucified him. See, his mom and daddy had to take him up. No, they didn't. It had to be people that were older than him. Mm-hmm. That's the people that took him. They were older than him.
Right.
So that's how Shaul taught you. An elder man, you have to treat him like a father.
Right.
An elder woman as a mother.
Right.
So when the elder people took him now, guess what happened? That covered this writing.
Right.
Because they were trying to tell him to do stuff he wouldn't do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So he would be considered a disobedient son.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what old folks say? Son,
Yeah.
I'm old enough to be your dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
What are they telling you? You need to treat me like a father.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
See that?
Yes,
They ought
sir.
to take as a teacher.
That's right.
When your check clear, that spirit be moving, boy. Oh, I thought I felt a bounce. Oh, come back now. Continue, who hearken not to the voice of his Abba, and of the voice of his mother, and they shall correct him, and he should not hearken to them. See that? Then shall his Abba and his take hold of him and bring him forth to the Zakanim for elders of his city, and to the gate, which is the Daleth of the place. And they shall say to the unashamed of their city, this our being is
Disobedient.
and contentious. He hearkeneth not to our voice. He is a reveler and a drunkard. See that? Guess how they gonna get him with this? Because he was a man acquainted with sorrow. Mm-hmm. Which means
He drank.
you gotta be able to get him with it. Hold on for a minute. And the unashamed of his city shall do what?
Stone him.
With stones. They ain't gonna stone him with dope. You gotta say this. Wait, how much? What white boy? Man, I was stoned. They like, man, get that nigga some dope. No, stone him with stones of bond, and he shall what?
Moved.
That'll kill him. And thou shalt remove the rush for evil one from yourselves, and the rest shall hear and do what? That's right. And if there be a kata in anyone, and the mashpat, the judgment of moot, death, be upon him, and he be put to moot, and ye hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all
Layla.
upon the tree. That's why they had to take Yahushua down.
That's right.
They were going to take up stones to stone him. Mm-hmm. But once he told them that he was the Ben Elohim, they said, no. We got to put this guy on a tree. Mm-hmm. That's worth of death. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to put him on the tree. So what Yahushua used was the fact that the Torah worked to get him back down. They couldn't leave him up there that night. He couldn't be up there all night. Get him down. But ye shall by all means do what? Bury it in that wind. That's how we know they got him in the ground before it got dark.
That's right.
You see how this work? Okay? For everyone that is hanged on a is.
Curse of Elohim.
So guess what I was doing there? I was cursing. People don't even know what words mean.
Right.
To curse means to pronounce something from a deity.
Right. Right.
Cursing is not using words. Cursing is when you're pronouncing sentences on people and you're saying it by the deed of a deity.
Right.
Right.
So when a person was hanged on a tree, he was cursed of.
Elohim.
So let me ask y'all a question.
Good question.
When niggas came to America and they were putting them on the tree,
Good question.
why was they being put up down?
Cursed of Elohim.
Because we blame white folk.
Yep.
The book said whoever was hanged on a tree,
Yep.
that was a curse of Elohim.
That's right.
So let me get this straight. That only worked for Yahushua and not for nobody else.
Everybody.
Now, you going to have it one way or both ways.
Oh, wait. Got to be.
See, Yahushua put it down on the two because he was a curse of Elohim. So why were these other people hung in trees? Elohim, they were cursed.
That's
By
right.
Elohim.
That's right.
Let me say, and ye shall hang him on a ox. His body shall not remain all night, Layla, upon the ox, but ye shall by all means bury it in that hewn. But one that is hanged, I know everyone. Everyone that is hanged on a ox is cursed of Elohim. And ye shall by no means defile the what?
Man.
Which the Yahuwah, the Elohim gives thee for an
Inheritance.
So putting it here hanging it had nothing to do with a cursing on land.
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to do it in Jerusalem.
That's right. That's right.
That's what he just said. You
Yes,
can't
sir.
take that and put that nowhere else.
That's right.
That's why we had to get him down, because he was in Jerusalem. See, we didn't ever look at stuff like that. That's how, see, people taught the Bible, they taught us a lot of fictitious stories. They never taught us to think, investigate, and understand. You take it, I don't know what it says, I'm just gonna pray. I'm gonna pray to somebody I don't know. I don't know his language, communication. I don't even know what's his idea. What's the idea behind what you're trying to get done? What's the idea? I don't know who you is. I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm just trying to know. Well, I don't know what you're even talking about. The purpose was they were all supposed to be taught by him. That's how you know. I'm not just shooting something out my mouth. I can reference and show you how this connect. I ain't never read that Septuagint reading this. Whatever we put up here, I can show you how it go. All you do is find what the word is. I'll show you where it go.
That's right.
They ain't getting away with nothing. But these people not skilled. They told you his mother and father, based on what they read his mother and father, you have to say, because they ignorant, that Marim, his mother, and Yosef, his father, took him over there to power to get him home. See, they ain't tell you that in the book. That's who did it. Because it said his mother and father had to do it. Because they ain't got nobody skilled enough to show them. It had to be the ancient among them had to do it. That's right. That's how you cover yourself saying his mother and his father did it. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Come on, finish that 19th chapter. I'm going to get ready to let y'all go. Y'all can go sleep on me. Let's get this out of the way. I'll get home and get some hymns. Get my mind together. So I can relax. Anybody ever try to smoke barbecue, roll up in some paper? I know you can't get fat though. Okay? Like how you think you get fat if you roll some meat up and smoke it? I'm just asking. It'd be like a new diet. Smoke your food. You ever smoked the smoothie? Don't knock it till you try it. No, just wash the cup when you get finished. All right, this is 19. We should have left off at 31. 1931. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let's see. So y'all understand that now? 30. Therefore, when he had taken the said it is consummated, and bowing his head, he gave up the ruah. Then the Yahudim, because it was the preparation, that the Basar bodies might not remain upon the cross on the what?
Shabbat Yom.
What were they concerned about? No, they were looking at the Shabbat.
Yeah.
They were worried about the Shabbat, but Yahuwah set it up for them.
Yeah.
They had to be down anyway, because they was in Jerusalem. You got to get it down. They were concerned about the Shabbat, so he caught them on two ends. If you slip on one, the other one should catch you.
Right.
Because the Shabbat was coming in once the Shema set.
Right.
Once the sun go down, that's how we count time. We don't count time when no sun come up in no morning. That's how they count time. When you look at Bereshit, he said the evening and the morning were the first day. That's why he told you had to get them down and they couldn't stay all night, because you're going into another day at that point, another yom. They were concerned about when the Shemash drop, we're going to be at the Shabbat. And we ain't going to have time to fool with this stuff, because you can't work on the Shabbat. That's why they had to get him out the way. Now we're going to be stuck, we're going to be sitting up, and we're going to be on the Shabbat. It's going to be here all night. So since the Shabbat coming, we got to get it down. See, they might not remain on the tube, hung on a tree on the Shabbat Yom. But that was a great Shabbat Yom. Basalt Pelotus, that their legs might be broken and that they might be taken
Away.
The soldiers therefore came and they broke the legs of the
First.
and of the other that was
Crucified.
with him. But after they would come to Yahushua, when they saw that he was already moved, they did not break his legs. Who know why? Because he told you the scripture couldn't be broken. He was the written word. If you broke anything here by, that meant you could break the word. That means the word could be broken. At that point, you just messed up harmony. You don't have harmony if you break his leg.
That's right.
A lot of people don't know, if you break a leg, sometimes it can cause an infection. It can. You break a leg and cause infection. Swelling, infection, sweating. A lot of things that start kicking your body, start trying to fight off because of infection. It just broke harmony. Okay? But one of the soldiers with a spear opened his side, and immediately there came out what? Dumb and what?
Right.
This is telling you something that happened when they had already done it.
That's
okay?
right.
And he that saw it giving testimony, and his testimony is a mot, and he knoweth that he saith a mot for truth, that you also may what?
Amon.
So what was he trying to get you to do?
Amon. Believe
Believe that report. That's true too. So your eyes will be open, so what you hear. So he could heal you. For these things were done that the Qatar might be what?
Fulfilled.
You shall not break a bone of him. So when they got that, if he was still alive, what were they going to do? So that's the only reason he killed him in time. And why he had to kill him? Because he made it dark during the daytime. And when were you supposed to die? Yochanan told you he was who? He was the Lamb of Elohim. When was the Lamb of Elohim supposed to be killed?
At night.
At night. You're supposed to kill it in the evening. That's why we know Yahushua had to die when it was dark. After he died, then the sun came. That's why I told you it was dark for 3 hours.
Right.
He had to die in the point in time of those 3 hours. After he died, you'll let the sun come up to get him just enough time to get him down and get him in the ground.
Right.
That's what I do for a living.
Yes, sir.
And again, another Qatar said, they shall
Look.
on him whom, which means what happened? Which means they saw and they heard and they are mine. You didn't believe what he did. He healed.
Healed him.
He told you that he was going to send comfort in him into his mourners.
Right.
That's right.
What y'all thought those people were doing before that? They were standing there weeping.
Yeah.
Now they looked and they guess what they saw? All the signs, the miracle, and the wonders.
Yeah.
And they didn't get a law to Amon till then.
Right. That's right.
Eyes to see and ears to hear. So this enjoined them to the Bered.
That's right. Good.
Let me show you one more thing we got out there. Matthew, chapter 27. You know we're coming by, sir? I'm going to get it. 27. They don't even know why you clapping. 27, 38. They pick up 37.
I knew it.
Let's stop. Let me raise the hand who know why Boston clapped his hand. All right, let's look at the four hands. Let me tell you what we're not going to have. We're not going to have people just raising their hand because they ain't getting questioned right now, Dwayne. So I dare you said and raise his hand. We're going to check him on that. Do you think he know the answer? We're going to be watching this one.
Better know.
Let's see how they work out. This is Matthew 27. And 37. We gotta go a little higher. Let's see. No, we'll go up a little further. 27, 37. Take me, no, take me to 35. Let me see. Go up one more. 34. That's it. 33. 33 be good. And they're not gonna know anyway. It don't make no difference. 27, Matthew 27, 33. Yehukanan. This one happened. And they came to the Malkum for place that is called,
Oh, God.
which is the place of
Calvary.
Calvary, place of a skull. And they gave him wine to what?
Drink.
Mingled with
Gall.
And when he had tasted it, he would.
Not drink.
He had to look at that. Who know why he wasn't drinking probably then? He was angry. I told you what you don't do. You don't give no ruler nothing to drink when he angry. He'll mess up in judgment.
Right.
Who taught him that?
His mother.
Yeshayahu taught him that.
Yes, you got.
Who remember that?
One man.
Hold on, this tight. Hold on, bro. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. So you don't raise your hand 2 times. I can tell you done caught it. You know the answer. You remember what he said? Yeshayahu taught him about that, about the wine and the ruler. What did he tell him? Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Came, Chris. Hold on. Chris, hold on. Let's see. Sade said, please don't let her down. Don't let her down. What's the answer, Dwayne? What did he say? The ruler caused them the error? The leaders of this people caused them the error?
That's not it. That's not it.
Huh? No, he's not.
No, he's
That's
not. That's a
what-
whole different book.
That,
whole different
that is
chapter.
the answer
No,
now.
there's no reason.
And I know that's not what he was saying. I know what he's trying to, what he want to
Yeah,
say.
right.
That ain't what he
Exactly.
said. He was quoting 9:16. He
That's
wasn't
right.
quoting the 28th chapter.
28th
book of
chapter.
Yeshayahu. Did he do that for real? There's a bad echo in him. Now the 28th chapter book of Yeshayahu and verse 8. Let's see what he told him right quick. 28 and 7. So for those, how many of y'all don't remember it? All right, let's see what he told him. Yeshayahu. Then we're gonna finish up. Y'all get this. I gotta get this conclusion out there right quick. This gonna probably read different now. I hadn't read it from him. So y'all know we're going to Septuagint. Septuagint is supposed to be a more accurate copy of our book, so it's gonna read a little different possibly. So 28 and 7, look at that. Yeshayahu they call Isaiah. For these have trespassed through what?
Wine.
Wow. They have erred through
Strong drink.
the who?
Kahan.
And the,
Nabi.
that's why you gotta watch it, because Yahushua was a Kohan.
Right.
Because his mother was from the tribe of Louis, from where you take the Kohan from. And he was also called a Nabah.
That's right.
In the 21st chapter book of Matthew, if y'all read it, verse 21, and the multitude said, this is Yahushua, the Nabah of Galilee. So that's why he would have watched it. See, they have erred through strong drink. The Kohan and the Nabi are mad through strong what?
Drink.
They are swallowed up by reason of they have staggered through, they have erred. This is their vision, which is kazum. A curse shall devour this counsel. That is different. For this is their counsel for the sake of covetousness. To whom have we, that's definitely different. Yours should say, for all tables are full of
Vomit.
vomit
And
and
filthy.
filthiness, so that there's no place clean. because they were drunk. As y'all can see, the Septuagint reads differently. It does not read like your book. That's why you had to go back over this stuff. Because we've been saying stuff, it don't say that. Unless it says somewhere, he didn't say that. He went right down and talking about, before Rasha, to whom have we reported much? Line upon line, piercing. Okay, wean from the milk. Okay, wean from the milk, drawn from the breast, set down, afflict the affliction. Okay, goodness. Let's go back over. Let's finish up. Matayahu. So this is, you got to remember, these are the things he had to remember. The word, you going down to find it somewhere? Don't worry about it. I got enough of what I want just for now. That'd be something we go back. Y'all can see, that's why we use, so you can see where these people giving us stuff that is not actually stated.
Right.
It sounds good because we've been saying it for years, but as you can see, when you read the Septuagint and the Vulgate, you find it's not written the same way.
Right.
Okay, let me see. And they gave him wine to drink, mingled with gall, and when he had tasted it, he would not
drink.
See why? Guess what happened? Him head around, he could stumble in judgment.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He can err in vision.
That's right.
Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
Because they had him up on there, like on a platter. Y'all seen them folks bring a platter out, what they had with him?
Yeah.
Isn't that right? They had him up on a platter. It's a table. It had been full of vomit and filthiness. And after they had crucified him, they divided his garments, casting lot that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the Naboth, saying, they divided my garments among them, and upon my vesture they cast lots. And they sat and watched him. Guess where you sat at? You sat at a table.
Yeah.
And they put over his head his cause written, this is Yahushua, the Malak of the Lahu. Don't forget, a Malak is an emperor. We don't have a king. That's their stuff. Leave that junk on the chessboard.
That's right.
Then were crucified with him 2 thieves, one on the right hand and one on the left. And they that passed by blasphemed him, wagging their head, saying, they put va, for thou that destroyed the Mashkan, we don't have a temple, that's their stuff, of Elohim, and in 3 days, doth rebuild it, save thy own self, if thou be the ben of Elohim. Come down from the toot. In like manner, meaning same following, also the Rosh Kohanim, with the scribes and the ancient, for the elders, marking him. They was mimicking. He saved others, himself he cannot save. If he be the Malak of Yasharal, let him now come from the toot, and we will among him. Now, the reason why I went here, let's see if I finish, I'll tell you why. How many of y'all didn't know why I'm doing this? Good. All right. What happened? Okay. He trusted in Elohim, let him now deliver him, which is Yasha, him, if he will have him, for he said, I am the ben of Elohim. That was the accusation that got him killed. And the self same thing, the thieves also that were crucified with him reproached him with. Self same, that's what they started saying to him to revile him with it. Now from the 6th hour, there was darkness over the whole Arats until the wind.
9th hour.
That means from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock it was dark. That was the hour staging for him to die. Who told us about this time frame at the first?
A moose.
What did our moose tell us?
Very dark.
It's tight.
Yes, Yah.
What did our moose tell us?
No darkness, no. Mm-hmm.
Source your answer. That's all I had to worry about. Stop. What verse?
Chapter 8.
He right.
Yeah.
You finally got it right.
I've been right the whole night.
Yeah, he been repeat what I said. That's right. In the 8th chapter, he told y'all, if you don't remember, you can go back and look at the 8th chapter. Our moose, they call Amos. He told him that he was going to darken the sky at noon. He was going to darken in a clear day, which means it was no sign of darkness, and I was going to put it there. So at noon, he was going to make it completely dark. That's why we know from the 6th to the 9th hour, because of the 3rd hour was when they put him up there.
Right.
So 9 o'clock is when he went up, according to the book of Mark. We can source our information. 12 o'clock, it was going to be dark.
Right.
He did it for 3 hours, given time. Plus, with it being dark, no man moved out of his place. They got that from Mizraim. It was dark. No man moved out of his place for 3 hours. That's how they were going to watch him. They weren't going to move. I make it so dark, every man will sit still. He knew what he was doing.
Right.
All thing was a pattern. It's dark. What motherfuckers, man, I'm finna go at dark. It's so dark, folks. You'll miss something, you be scared. I'm in the country dark. Nigga, you better move with the spirit.
That's right.
The darkness grab you up in the country.
That's right.
Man, I'm telling you, when the star walk down there and get by, you talking about, I'm scared. You be like, I'm scared too. Man, listen, them things be so bright. They so beautiful. You know what they say? I can't help you down there. It be dark in the country.
Yes, sir.
Val knows she to go possum hunting at night. With a pair of matches. So I don't know what that means. Listen. And from the self same thing, the thieves also that were crucified with and reproached him with. Now from the 6th hour there was darkness over the whole earth until the 9th hour. And about the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice, which he saw, saying, Ali, not no Eli, it's Ali, Ali, lama sabachthani. That is to say, my Elohim. That's what the word Ali means. Ali means my Elohim. Now, what Mike did, Mike went through examining all the names of the animals and how we got these names, and these names didn't come from Elohim, they came from man. And he said, what you be doing? You guys are just saying names and not knowing what you're saying. Think about it. Alligator. Alligator. Man, you're doing syllables. That's not the man. The thing is alligator. You know, alligator. That might be so deep, boy. My alligator, my alligator. No. What is Mike thinking? Why hast thou what?
Forsaken me.
He said that because he said he was going to hide himself because of his iniquity.
Right.
That's why he said, when we were reading the 57th chapter, he said because of his iniquity, he said, I hid myself. That's why he was asking, why did he forsake him? Got it? Oh, he was trying to go to it. That's fine. And some that stood there and heard said, this man calleth all Yahoo. Not because all Yahoo was the similar name. He so how, and immediately one of them running took a sponge and filled it with vinegar, sour, and put it to a reed and gave him to drink. And the other said, let us see whether all Yahoo, they say, Leah, all Yahoo will come to deliver him, which is Yahshua him, save him. And Yahushua again crying with a loud voice, which is sound, yielded up the Ruach. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent into two from the top even to the bottom, and the earth, rocks quaked, and the rocks were rent. They broke in pieces. And the graves, Kabar, were open, and many bodies, Basar of the Kodashim, for saints, Kodashim, they that had slept arose, and coming out of the Kabar after his
resurrection,
Kum Zarak arise, came into the Kudash city and appeared to many. Now the Satyrians and they that were with him watching Yahushua, having not seen the earthquake and the things that were done, was so afraid, saying, indeed, this was the being of Elohim. So Yahuwah had given them eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to believe. That Yom. And now to mention that, the reason why I came here, we went further and I wanted to go, I was trying to show y'all something. You were taught something in the 7th chapter of the book of Matthew, verse 23, when we read down. He told you he was going to liken them unto somebody. That did what? And he put it where?
On Golgotha.
Golgotha. That was a place of a skull. And when the flood came, the wind beat vehemently, he said, that's why he didn't fall. They told him to come down, he wouldn't fall. Right. I had to go around a little bit. I was going to show y'all that. He told you, he said, because he was on a rock. Right. He told y'all he was going to liken him unto a wise man.
That's right.
He was going to liken him unto the being of Elohim.
That's right.
That's what Adam was.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
If he said he going to make him like him, after his life as a count. That means Adam was wise.
That's right.
Knowledge, experience, and he can make mashpat.
That's right.
He could judge.
Yes, sir.
So can Yahushua.
That's right.
He told you, he said, the Abba don't judge
That's
it no
right.
each. He said he committed all judgment to the men.
That's right.
So that you might aman. That's how important it is to have understanding when you read it. It's long, but you have to be comprehensive and you gotta understand what you're getting. You can't be saved without information. The days of just reading, taking something and running with something ain't working for us.
Right.
Our people are destroyed for lack of.
Knowledge.
You got that? You know, we depleted.
Right.
We don't have it. And it's killing us that we've been given books and we don't know how to read them. We've been trusting some white man, some spiritual Negro leader who've been misleading us and misguiding us for years. These guys don't know what they're reading, what they're doing. First of all, they ain't got no behavior.
That's right.
They don't have no code of conduct, no ethics. They don't have no guide. They don't have no care for no people. I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah for sparing us.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Didn't have to do it, but he did it. Let's do
Done
it.
it again.
Give Mr. Yahuwah a hand clap. Wonderful Husha.